High walls are created by blasting or digging in the mine and are one of the primary hazards in sand and gravel operations. Ground control is an important safety consideration at the mine site. At a mine site, having bulldozers or loaders move material down a slope and properly grade it will minimize overhangs and undercuts. Water drainage is carefully monitored to prevent erosion or cracks in the high wall. High walls must be inspected for cracks, overhangs, and any sign of movement that might indicate potential failure. Benches or terrace-like steps are sometimes used to minimize danger from slides. Safety requires that you do not compromise your escape options by working between equipment and a high wall, and that you follow safe scaling procedures to remove loose materials. Overhangs can be created when materials are loaded out from the base of a high wall or stockpile without pushing material from above to return the angle of the slope back to its angle of repose. The angle of repose varies according to the kind of material, as well as its shape and size. At the angle of repose, the stockpile is just stable, just sloped enough to support its own weight. Think about the safety of a 50-ton haul truck on top of the pile. High walls and stockpiles can be dangerous because they can collapse under the weight of mobile equipment. Steep slopes can fail, dumping material on anyone working at the base or toe of the slope. Pay attention to cracks. Cracks in the high wall or stockpile are always a warning. All slopes should be inspected frequently from above and below by walking about 6 feet from the edge of the wall. Material falling from the face or front of a high wall, called raveling, also indicates potential slope failure. Cracks allow rain or groundwater to enter and make the slope even less stable. When cracks are observed, the area should be marked off with berms or cones until the area can be stabilized. It is extremely important that good berms be maintained on all high walls and stockpiles. Dumping over the edge of a stockpile or high wall can be hazardous. It is safer to dump away from the edge and have dozers push the materials over. Large haul trucks normally have much of their weight distributed on their rear wheels. Dumping puts even more pressure on the stockpile or high wall. Berms should be used as a gentle indication of where to stop, not as a barrier to keep the wheels from going over the edge. Eliminate all oversteepened slopes before they become hazardous. As material is loaded out from the bottom of a stockpile, the angle is steeper or even undercut and becomes less stable. When you continue to remove the toe of the slope, there is less material available to support the weight of the overhanging material. To prevent this, dozers or loaders are used to push materials down from the top of the stockpile or high wall. Haul trucks should back into the dump area perpendicular to the edge of the stockpile or high wall, not at an angle. This will keep the operator further from the edge to allow the operator to move the truck faster if failure should occur. Large stockpiles can create visibility problems at a mine site. Good communications are a must. All hazards should be clearly marked by posting appropriate caution or informational signs to make miners aware of the potential hazard. Haul roads can become congested easily. Watch the traffic at this mine. It works because traffic rules and patterns are clearly marked and followed to the letter. If ground conditions create a hazard, they must be corrected or posted with a warning against entry. The mine operator will designate an experienced person to examine and test for loose ground prior to starting work, after blasting, and any time ground conditions warranted. High walls and banks next to travel roads should be examined at least weekly. High walls and ground conditions should be monitored separately from normal pre-shift workplace inspections. Separate ground condition reports should be written, dated, and available for inspection by MSHA.